It's your boy.
Oh, what? Are you gonna start doing that too now?
No, hell no.
Yes, come on, do it. Hit him with the yo. Yeah, see, it's perfect.
Nah, it's terrible.
Yo, it's your boy Sweet Sauce back at it again in this bitch.
Okay. Yeah, we're here. Hi, I'm Hollywood. We're back. Plans changed again. But this is season 2, episode 1. Woo! We have a special guest coming. Not today, obviously, but
Yeah, so remember last week we said that
few-
we're going to have possibly something today? Well, that possibly something today is being moved
to possibly
a later date. But it will happen.
in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll have him on. Him. What? We sponsored a race car,
And we have a guest coming on the podcast.
and the guy we sponsored is coming on the podcast.
So he will come on the
Dylan
podcast.
Smith, Black Mamba.
Yeah. So he will be coming on the podcast at some point. We thought maybe we could get it this week. Didn't work.
It was kind of tough because
Yeah.
he raced 2 days ago.
Yeah. So, but it won't be the start of our new season episode, but we'll get it.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah, I'm excited. So he qualified or not qualified. He practiced pretty well. He was, I think, top 20. Qualified 20th or 30th. He's just and he in his interviews he's consistently said he needs more time in the car. It's kind of hard to jump in a car once a year and smash it.
Yeah.
You know. So he ended up finishing 27th. So you know that's still better than what he qualified.
Yeah.
Props, right? And he's hoping to do some more races this coming year. So we'll see what we can do to help him. He's really, 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 really cool dude.
Yeah, he seems chill as hell.
Yeah.
So he's either going to be really professional and it's going to be a really professional
Or he's
podcast,
going to be exactly like us.
or he's going to be just like us and it's going to be hella stupid.
No,
He's not going to know what to do when I hit that reverb on the opening. He's going to be like, oh my God, what the fuck?
I think for the most part, it's just going to be kind of us asking questions and him answering, and then
You
kinda
asking
hanging out.
questions.
No, you're going to ask some questions too.
I don't know what to ask.
No. I have. I'm going to
How
have a
big your
list.
pee-pee?
No. I'm going to have a list of
If he
questions.
listens to the podcast, I'm going to ask you how big your pee-pee is. I don't know if he listens.
No, you're not. You're not going to do that.
I'm going to ask you what your favorite porn is. You might not be able to tell
No,
us.
you're definitely not going to do that.
You might not be able to tell us because of contractual reasons, and people might get upset because you're a race car driver. But
No,
off
it's-
episode, you can tell me.
It's going to be one of the most old school episodes that we have with professional eyes. We got to be somewhat professional, but chill as well, because he's chill.
Can I ask him what his not poggers is?
If you want to explain that to him, go for it.
You're just sitting over there and you're like, fuck, this was such a bad idea.
I'm so sorry. I'll understand if you never want to be sponsored by us again. I get it.
You want to tell the people what you decided to do today and not involve me in? We can let them hash it out.
No, I can't. That's a between us thing. Dude, you don't race. I don't know what to tell you.
Look, all I gotta say is you're like you think you could be slipping that shit in there and I won't see it because I don't pay attention to Discord, and that's where you're wrong. I'm always paying attention. I just don't respond.
Okay. Anyway,
Bitch.
doesn't matter.
Me and Tom are fighting.
It'll be different. Like you'll be
Me and Tom are fighting.
We're not.
I don't like him.
He's being a slut. Anyway. Dude, I tried racing yesterday.
With one arm?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It wasn't great. I just thought maybe it wouldn't hurt too bad. Didn't work out.
Until the wheel whips your arm like a wet noodle, and then
yeah. Or you have to jolt the car.
Yeah.
To avoid something. Classic me.
Tom hurt himself again.
I sneezed.
It sounds funny, but we're not. It's not.
It's not wrong.
It's not funny.
It's the truth.
It is funny.
No, it's
but
hilarious.
not.
It's hilarious.
It actually happened.
But that's
I'm
whatever.
making
We
that
move on. But we're gonna change it up today. Movies first.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a game.
Okay.
That's
fine.
essentially a movie.
Yeah. I think it should be entertainment of the week. So for you, it could be like a video game, TV show, movie, podcast, whatever you want. I don't care.
I already talked about Big Mouth, didn't I? On here.
Did someone ask you about Big Mouth today?
No way.
Kluge asked me about Big Mouth today.
Oh, did he really?
Yes.
Oh, yes. I won't talk about it because I know Kluge's questions about it, but we'll talk about Big Mouth when we go to Kluge's questions. Big Mouth's a phenomenal show. I don't think I've already talked about it. I might have talked about it. I don't even remember.
Stupid. I think you have. But
I showed it to
What's your game?
my girl, and she didn't like it.
It's dumb.
It's so funny.
It's stupid.
It's so fucking
Whatever.
funny.
What's your...
So my game is essentially a movie. It was...
Hopefully the dog isn't getting picked up. Sorry, everybody.
It was not... It was nominated for a bunch of shit and won a bunch of awards in the Game Awards last year. Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding. So that's the guy that did Metal Gear Solid.
Isn't it Death Stranded?
No, Death Stranding.
It's Death Stranding.
Yeah. Because it's an actual event that happens in the game.
Okay.
Haven't finished it. But I put it down for many, many months because I was very disappointed in the gameplay of it because the gameplay's ass. I'm going to be straight up with anybody who plays the game. It's ass. Nicodemus sent me a meme that said it had a picture of somebody's face, and then it said Death Stranding is just a walking simulator, and then it showed another person, and it had like the woke look on their face, and then it would said Death Stranding is the best game I've ever played ever, and it's the truth because when you first play it's 13 acts, the game is, and essentially Kojima's known for his cutscenes. So in a Metal Gear Solid game, he had a straight up 2 hour cutscene. Like no gameplay, nothing. It was just 2 hours. Yeah, so he's known for that. So his games, you play the game for the cutscenes, you play the game for the story. Metal Gear Solid obviously had some really good mechanics in the gameplay. It was really fun because you were like sneaking and like you were whatever. So, but that's what he was known for. And you could make movies out of his cutscenes from the games, and people have done it where they've taken all the gameplay out and just put all the cutscenes in and put it up on YouTube, and it's like movies.
Okay.
So this game is very similar, except the difference with this game is the gameplay fucking sucks. If you think you're gonna get this game and you're gonna enjoy playing the game, no, you just run through the gameplay to get to the cutscenes.
Okay.
And at first I was like, fuck, man, I really do not like that. You literally, like, the premise of the game is you go to... They're essentially huts because everybody lives underground because when it rains, it ages you.
Okay.
So you go to... But you're, like, one of the very few people that actually goes outside.
Is this the game that you have, like, a camcorder in?
No.
No, okay.
But you're called a porter, which is a fancy word for a transporter.
Okay.
And you literally just take supplies back and forth to different places. So you literally throw a bunch of shit on your back and walk it through the environment to get to places. But when you're walking, there could be people you interact with, which are like thugs trying to steal your shit, or it could just be like literally down to a T. If you step on a rock, you could trip and fall.
Oh.
So it's extremely like reliant on the walking. If you have too much shit on your back, you start to tip. Like if you go down a hill too fast, you'll fall and roll. So like you have to
life simulator.
It is literally a walking simulator.
Yeah.
And the first 3 acts are just a lot of transporting shit and not a lot of substance coming from it. Like story, not much. So I'm just kind of like, fucking Christ. So I just got to, I was like, I can't do this. I was just frustrating. Nicodemus did the same thing, hit the same wall. But we're like, you know what? Paid full price for this game. I'm going to power through it. We powered through it. Oh my God.
Worth it.
This game is not just a walking simulator. The beginning of the game, you're going to want to bash your head up against the wall because it's boring and it's fucking repetitive and the gameplay is just so shitty. But I'm telling you, the story is just... It's very succulent.
Succulent.
It's just...
That's the word you're going to use for this.
It's a 10 out of 10. It's amazing.
Okay.
Probably one of the best games I've ever played.
Really?
And it is not because... And you know what's funny is because the gameplay I'd probably rate like a 4. The gameplay
it's just
sucks
it's
so
the cutscenes that are like a 40 out of 10.
It's just the story that goes into it and the cutscenes, and it's just beautiful game. Like on my 1080p, it just looks beautiful. I have a 144 hertz monitor, and it was peaking my monitor when I first turned the game on, and it was doing the intro like cutscenes. Mm-hmm. The thing was like, I had to turn the game down because it was like fucking just peaking all my shit. Like it was insane. Beautiful game, phenomenal game.
And you said it's a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
100% 10 out of 10.
Okay.
It's just you're playing a movie. You're not playing a game. You're playing a movie. And I literally can't play it during the week because if I start playing it, I'm playing it for hours.
Yeah.
Like, I can't just do an hour and then dip. No. It's just it's weird. One of my guys at work called it Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus.
Oh, it's the Norman Reedus game. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you got the little baby.
Yeah.
Essentially, just really, like, quickly what the premise of the game is you come to know that you're in the middle of a Death Stranding, they call it, which is just an extinction event. So they kind of like Transformers, where they tied the Transformers into actual historical events.
Yep.
They tied the Death Stranding into actual historical events. Though they found out that the thing that extincted the dinosaurs, Death Stranding. It was just a previous Death Stranding. Because they look at the rock layers and they show that the black tar from the Death Stranding that exists in the world today was in there just solidified. So they're saying, oh, this happened before. And then you find out that it happened 5 times before in the 5 mass extinctions that have gone on in the world. Mm-hmm. And you're currently living through another one. So essentially what happens is when a body dies, it necrotizes and then causes what they call a void out. And a void out is essentially just they haven't gone into really what the Death Stranding is, whether it's like ghosts or it's not alien like but when you die, there's your physical body and then your spirit. Mm-hmm. Your spirit doesn't actually pass on to the other side. It lingers in this limbo and it actually like haunts the environment. Yeah. So that they call them BTs in the game, but you walk through certain areas where they are and they're just like these floating shadows that you can only see unless you have the baby attached to you. So if you don't have the baby, you can't see him. And if they attack you and kill you and your body goes necro, then it summons these fucking 1,000,000-foot tall tar, like black monsters. They got like these golden hands. They're the weirdest thing. I'll show you a picture of it. And then it explodes and it blows anything the fuck up where you are. So there's a terrorist organization in the game that's trying to cause this extinction to happen. And I haven't gone so far through it, but the point of it is you're supposed to work your way across the United States and connect up this network. Mm-hmm. And this network is like a glorified Wi-Fi that hooks all of the research facilities and all of the big cities together so they can trade information that they've gathered over time to find out how to stop this and what's actually going on. And they come to find out that the daughter of the president of the United States can cause a mass extinction somehow. We don't know how yet. I haven't gotten that far. And my character, Norman Reedus, that you play, can't die. He's one of very few that actually can die. When he dies, his spirit goes to a beach, and then he comes back to life. It's a very... Hideo Kojima went on, talk about the game, and he said that when he was making the game, he made it so weird and unique and crazy that parts of it confused him. And he made the fucking story. He wrote the story. That's how bananas this game is. Okay. So literally the game makes no sense right up until the very end. And then everything makes sense.
Everything makes sense. Yeah.
And it's crazy. The game score is gorgeous. Amazing. The Game Awards last year did a live play of it. They had an orchestra doing it. Oh, really? That's cool. I'll have to send it to you. It is insane. So good. So it's just phenomenal. Okay. Highly. And it literally is like a one and done thing. You play it and that's it. There's no replayability at all. Yeah. But it's still worth the $60. Even though I can never touch the game again, I'm literally going to uninstall it when I'm done. It was worth it.
Just because how pretty it is.
It was just a great game.
Yeah. So mine's a very different thing.
Okay.
Mine's a movie. Mm-hmm. Movie series, actually. And it's actually kind of a controversial movie series because everyone claims it's well, I shouldn't say. Fans of the movie claim it's a Christmas movie. I think you know where I'm going with this. Maybe. And then people who are Christmas fanatics are like, no. Okay. Not a Christmas movie. Die Hard. Die Hard. Yes. So I this past week and a half, I've watched 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to watch 4 and 5.
Where do you stand on it? Christmas movie or a movie that happened during Christmas?
So I'm not a huge fan of Christmas movies, but are boring to me, to be honest.
Well, the only Christmas movies I like are the ones where it's the same and lonely single girl finds sexy man, boom, sex.
Okay. I like the only one I really, really like is the Home Alone series, just because they're hilarious and stupid.
You don't like the old school fucking like Frosty, Rudolph?
No, I have no interest in those. Shit. They're boring. Okay. Anyway, so I would say just because it gives me more opportunity to say, yeah, I like Christmas movies, and it pisses Taylor off. Mm. Yeah, Christmas movies. Well, The first two are, because the second one or the third one's not in Christmas at all.
Right, but you know what's funny is you can say, okay, is it a Christmas movie? Well,
it just takes place during Christmas.
It takes place during Christmas time, but it's gotten to the point now where television networks will play those marathons on Christmas.
On Christmas, yes.
So do you now classify it as a Christmas movie because it happens? I think so, because they play Christmas movies on Christmas. They don't play Christmas movies throughout the year. The Hallmark Channel, I think, does, but that's like their shtick.
It's tough because when you say they play it on Christmas, it's because people like me are like, yeah,
well, they associate it.
Yeah. And we're a little loud.
Poggers.
Anyway, so they're realizing that they can make a lot of money off of this, right? By just getting views. So
I don't think by merit it's a Christmas movie. But it's being played during Christmas nowadays, so it's like.
So my thought is, what makes a Christmas movie a Christmas movie? Because besides having like Santa in it, like not every Christmas movie has Santa in it, right?
Well, like I said, all the Hallmark ones is just glorified sex.
So
they just happen during Christmas time,
which is Die Hard.
Yeah,
just action with more action in it
during Christmas time.
Yeah,
okay.
Right?
All right. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because it is the same thing. I mean, obviously, I joked about those Hallmark style movies, but they literally are all the same plot.
Yeah.
Like, it just is, lonely girl finds stud on Christmas, and it's like, it's not actually has anything to do with Christmas. It's just
a Christmas miracle.
Yeah. It just happens during Christmas.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. We just blew people's mind.
Right.
Or pissed people off, one of the two.
So, I don't know. I kind of want to hear what everybody else has to think about that. Because I think if any movie, if you look at any Christmas movie, it's either it happens during Christmas time, something crazy happens during Christmas time, Santa shows up during Christmas time, Frosty or something, like other the classic Christmas movies.
Yeah.
But
well, see, my favorite Christmas movie is the one with Lana Rhoades.
I hate you so much. Anyway, so
she played the Grinch.
I'm gonna give
I'm kidding.
The series so far because I don't think I've actually even seen 4 or 5. I've only seen 1, 2, and 3. And rewatching them was nice. It felt good. It felt good to rewatch them. 3 is by far my favorite because Samuel Jackson's in it, and he's just a god.
I literally only think I've ever seen the first one.
Yeah, second one wasn't great. There's a Van Damme wannabe in it. So.
Bruce Willis is my dad, so
he is. I would give the series like an 8.2. Honestly, it's a classic movie, and it's Bruce Willis. But and I'll get into this in a couple minutes. But we have a pretty good question to ask that I might need your help with.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8.2.
I watched a movie the other day at Dominique's house that had Bruce Willis in as the Netflix Marauders.
Never heard of it.
Only watched part of it. Like, I was in and out. I ended up falling asleep for part of it, but
well, he's old, so it's difficult.
Well, he didn't do much. The movie wasn't about him. It just had him in it.
Oh. Is he like the dad or something?
No, he was a brother to a Army Ranger.
Oh.
Who died. And the group of people that killed the brother were after this guy because he was the owner of a bank chain, I think, is the gist of it.
But
kind of meh.
Okay. All right. So the question.
Okay.
And me and one of the guys from work there, we spent the past 6 days trying to figure it out. Who is the modern action star? Who is a modern action star? Our requirements were
of the generation. You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the classic people: Sylvester Stallone, Arnold, Chuck Norris, those guys.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest.
They dominated their era of movies.
They were 20s, 30s.
Yeah.
20 or 30-year-olds, in that range. Pretty much strictly action. Sylvester had a little bit of drama with
Rocky. Yeah.
But mostly action stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So our thing is who's under 40, who's an action star, and they have to star in a main, an A movie, not a B movie. So people like Liam Hemsworth, no.
Or Liam Neeson. He's too old.
Well, yeah, he's 90.
How old's Keanu Reeves?
44. Or I actually, I don't know how old he is. 44 was Tom Hardy, sorry. Keanu Reeves out, though. He's too old.
Yeah, see, that's tough because I would say Keanu Reeves.
So, and the biggest thing is a lot of those guys are still doing the action movies. So, like Tom Cruise, he kind of, because he's in a lot of different types of movies. But, like, the Mission Impossible series, he's still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
He's 50-something years old, acting like he's a 30-year-old. 007.
Yeah, Daniel Craig.
He's too old. Jason Momoa, too old. And we were trying to exclude sci-fi movies, so his Aquaman movie didn't even count.
I don't know what any other movies he was in.
He was in a lot of like TV, like action TV shows.
What the fuck? That's tough.
Right?
You put the age limit on it, which is what's tough.
But you have to.
Yeah, because then you could just say like you could just say Sylvester Stallone, and when he did the Expendables was his like you can't do that.
No, because and anybody in that movie you can't, like any of the younger people that they bring in for that.
Right.
You can't because they're not the stars.
Oh fuck, he's fucking old too.
Who?
Jason Statham.
Oh yeah, he's one of the older guys.
Yeah, he's fucking old.
You can't
piss.
Like we were thinking like I guess the modern one that everybody probably would think of that isn't like super into action like just into movies themselves would be like The Rock, but he's old. You can't. He's over 40. And he's not really he's in a lot of comedy movies too, so that kind of takes away from it.
Well, you have to think of. I think your key is to think of like main action movie series first, so you could find somebody.
Yeah, and you can't. I've searched.
I don't know if this is possible.
I went through the top 100 rated movies, and they were either sci-fi or older.
I think you have
or
an impossible task.
We're on that path. Yeah. I was gonna try. I put in the one that we got the closest with was like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
Which is kind of weird, but he's the closest because he's in things like Jarhead and there's another one that it was an action movie, but he also is in so many other drama movies and sci-fi movies because he's in like the Life movie. He's in Southpaw.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man. And none of those count because none of them are action movies. But he's at like 2, and we kind of thought it had to be like 4 mainstream action movies where he's the star. He or she is a star. Our next closest was Charlize Theron.
Okay.
Theron, whatever. Because she's in tons of action movies, and she is the star in a few of them. But she's older. She's over 40. The girl from Resident Evil, Kate Beckinsale, all of them. They're all over 40. Tough question, isn't it?
Yeah, that is fucking tough.
Hunnam's over 40. Hardy's over 40.
Yeah. I was gonna say Michael B. Jordan, but he doesn't have.
So that was another name that brought up because Michael B. Jordan has like the body style of what those guys had, just kind of like a well-built man.
Yeah.
But he has like 1 or 2 action movies that aren't sci-fi. Like they have to be considered action, adventure, action thriller.
Right.
They can't be sci-fi because sci-fi is not real.
Who the fuck's this dude?
What are you thinking?
I'm trying to get his name.
What's he in?
Okay, I have his name. Let me just look to see what he is in.
What?
This is tough, dog. I don't know, man.
Yeah. So if you guys have anybody that you think is in, Chris Evans doesn't make the cut. Jake Gyllenhaal won't make the cut. Actually, as of I think today he's 40 or something like that. Tomorrow, one of these days, he's 40. But again, doesn't have enough movies. Chris Evans doesn't have enough movies in it. He was probably one of.
So what's your movie cutoff?
What do you mean?
4?
3 or 4.
Okay, so
he has to be the star of the movie. He or she has to be the star of the movie.
Oh fuck, dog.
Well, it's not an action sidekick.
Well,
it's action
I was
star,
going to say this
hero.
person's in The Hunger Games. He's in Predators.
Who is it?
Crossover. Okay.
What's his name?
I can't pronounce it.
Show me.
He's gonna play in the new Blade movie.
Crap. What's his name?
It's
Wesley
like,
Snipes.
No, it's not Wesley
That's not.
Snipes.
Oh wait, no. Sorry, that was Blade.
Yeah,
originally.
it's Mahershala or some shit. Ali.
How old is he? We back. We're back.
All right.
We're back.
We'll see how that gets spliced together. But
yeah. But he's 46, so that doesn't work.
yeah, he's 46.
Tough.
That's crazy.
But you guys all think about it. You think about it. Am I recording? Oh, is this? Yeah, okay. It's weird. It doesn't sound like a... Can you hear me? You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, weird. So let's get into questions, and then we'll kind of talk about some stuff.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one. All right.
Yep.
Who's your person at work you're doing this with?
Rivik.
Ah.
Yeah. We talk about movies a lot. Yeah. I think we might have tried to bring Brandon into it, but I don't know if we did or not. Sorry, Brandon, if we didn't. But you tell me if you have any ideas.
Yeah, right.
We were saying we also had thought like, while Zac Efron is kind of in like the drama comedy movies, he's also built like they were. He's a muscular younger guy. Could fit that action hero type,
Mm-hmm.
but can't because he doesn't do it, and his personality just doesn't work in action movies.
I mean, I'd smash.
I would too. It's funny. We had someone come up like while we were doing this. He was like, "Hey, do you know any of these guys? Anybody who would be like that?" And this guy, he's one of the new guys there at work, and he's like, "Vin Diesel." I was like, "No, he's old."
Yeah, he's old as shit.
And they're like, "No, he's 38." I was like, "Nah, let's check. I bet you he's over 50." 53.
He's bald. He has no hair on his body. He is completely like not even. I guarantee you, his balls and his chota have nothing on them. That's another word for taint for those that don't know.
God. Anyway.
The chota.
I think I'm gonna, when I upload this, the picture that you would see as like the header for Spotify.
I just realized I scratched my balls on camera.
Dude, that's not the first time.
No, I've adjusted, but I full on just scratched my sack on camera.
Anyway. Which two NASCAR drivers, former and or current, would you like to see you battle it out on track?
Willie B.
You want Willie B.
Willie B.
Versus who?
Somebody fucking good, so we could just thump him.
The Intimidator. Dale Sr.
Willie B.
Okay. All right. I would do...
no, Willie B. Tony Stewart.
Okay. No, that'd actually be pretty cool to watch. I think I would do Carl Edwards, because I love me some Carl Edwards. Backflip Mania. And... I don't know. And,
yeah. And,
because I don't want to say someone who's already like duked it out on track. So I was going to say like him versus like Kevin Harvick or something, because they're two of the best. But I just like how consistent Carl Edwards was. We'll do Carl versus Chase Elliott. Let's do it. Chase just won the title. Or actually, no. Disregard. Bill Elliott versus Chase Elliott. Father versus son. Hell yeah, that'd be sweet. Or Ryan Blaney versus Dave Blaney.
Ooh.
We already got to see the Nemecheks go at it, and Father sucks. We've already seen Earnhardt versus Earnhardt. That was always good racing because he owned the car that his son drives. So
they were actually able to do that? Oh.
They did that up until he passed.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's like Force going against his daughters.
Was it? I didn't hear it the first part.
Force. John Force.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Fucking relic.
But that's cool, though.
Yeah, and his daughters kick his ass, and he would get pissed because he'd be like, how the fuck is my daughter winning over me? Like, how does she have a better crew than I do?
Half your weight. Okay, and then the next one is kind of goes along with the news, and it's Jason, the guy who does the pictures. We graduated. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He says, will George take Bottas's seat? Now, this past weekend, Lewis Hamilton tested positive for corona.
Ooh.
Well, I guess it was last week. So they called up a driver from a lower team, put him in the car, and he was killing it, right?
Mm.
And so it brought up the question of how good is Hamilton actually, because he's in the best car. You know, obviously he's good, and he's always going to be good. Always be qualified as like one of the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of shows that you can put some. And George is good. George Russell's very good, but it kind of shows that you can.
Well, you put anybody in a good car, and
They can, as long as they can drive the car, they're okay.
mm-hmm.
They'll be okay in it. So it begs the question, like, it shows that Hamilton, while he may be the best, also has a very good advantage over everybody else to make it a lot easier. But no one gives the Mercedes themselves the credit. They give Lewis the credit.
Yeah.
Even though Mercedes is the one showing up every week, in and out, all the time. But they had to fuck up. They messed up a tire. They put another car's tire on them, on George's car.
Okay.
Like the teammate's car, which it was on a different strategy, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But and George looked really good out there, so he asked if he's going to take over for Bottas. But I don't think so, for at least this coming year, because Bottas just re-signed for next year. So he's only got one more year on the contract. And then the new car comes out, and then I think George comes up and takes over at Mercedes. But it also depends on Hamilton, if he resigns or not, which we had talked about. That he said that he wasn't sure if he was going to sign or not. Especially with his salary cap. Because he doesn't make enough money. You're obnoxious.
That's
So
what I think about it, no?
George just re-signed with Williams, so I don't know. It's tough. It's tough.
I
to
mean,
say.
if everybody re-signed, I'm pretty sure it's a done deal for the year.
It could be, but they could also just be like, "Hey, Williams, here's a lot of money. We're taking him."
True.
Because he's a Mercedes junior driver, and his agent is the team principal of Mercedes.
Oh, okay. So if Mercedes wants him, they'll get him.
I would say so.
Yeah.
It's a tough question, but I say no. I say 22. He'll be there.
Who asked that question?
J Domes, the Domeling.
Oh. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking the question, though, Baller.
God, he listens to?
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot of interactions with him. I think we played on the same football field, to be honest. We might have.
I talked to him, I think, 3 times in high school. I was a loser, so it is what it is. But we were
I also
losers.
coached. I don't remember if I coached.
Not that young. I mean, not that. He was only 2 years behind us. Yeah, 2 years. 1 or 2. Yeah, no, it's 2. I don't think you weren't in 8th grade coaching, were you? Coaching 6th graders.
Yeah,
Right?
I was. Yeah, because there's pictures of me helping my dad when Nick was playing.
Oh.
So,
So maybe.
yeah, I was there for Jesse, and they're all in the same grade.
Yeah.
I don't
Dude,
know if he was
stop.
he there then, though? Because he moved here.
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
Sorry.
Don't take offense to it,
Yeah,
Doug.
no, we suck.
I know who you are.
Um,
It's my old age showing. Christ, we've been out of school for fucking 6 years. Can you believe that? That bullshit. You going to the 10-year reunion? I'm going to show up naked.
Can you back up from the mic? No, you're not. You're not even going to show up because you're going to be too scared to talk to anybody. Bitch.
No, I don't care now. Fuck them. Make fun of me again?
Kluge asks, do you watch Big Mouth?
Yes.
If no, why? If yes, how do you like it?
Yes.
No, I don't because it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, no,
it's almost
no,
as bad
you don't because you
as
don't get
Family
comedy.
Guy and
Family Guy's not good. Family Guy has its moments.
all of those freaking types of shows.
South Park's gold.
Terrible.
Beavis and Butthead is the best.
No, that is the worst.
That is the best. Okay,
Um,
fuck you, the Big Mouth.
I don't enjoy it, and I don't enjoy that type of show because it's stupid and it bores me.
Nick Kroll is a god.
So next question from Kluge. I'm over you.
Kluge, it's an amazing show. I'm glad you watch it.
Kluge's wife wants to know what our favorite foods are. It's ridiculous, like we've answered this already, but I just like giving them shit.
What our favorites are?
Yeah,
Yo, I like the spaghetti.
crab legs.
Yeah. Tom likes sticking crab legs up his ass.
If I had to.
What? He likes it down his throat, up his ass. Get as many crab legs in his orifices as possible.
Oh my god, that's enough. And then, just like every other week, he said, "How is fantasy going, bro?"
You fucking piece of shit. You lose one game.
2.
2 games. You lost last week, bitch. Eat my ass.
Yeah, sure. Stop moving the freaking seat.
We can finally progress in our the Madden fantasy's doing well when we can play it.
Nice. Smooth. Yeah, so
I'm gonna thump Tom this week in the fantasy.
I wouldn't say that. I got some boys back.
I just gotta make sure I can't throw interceptions.
So I think our game's gonna be good. The best game of the year in that league.
What's your overall?
Oh, I'm terrible. I'm so bad at Madden.
What's your overall rating for your team? Because it rates your team.
84.
Yeah, I think mine's like 85 or 6. So we're close.
Yeah,
It's all relative anyway.
Yeah, it's all about how you play. And every time I play Kluge, the Madden gods are like, shut it up. Boy.
Well, you get heated.
I get super heated.
You get heated.
Because
I do
bullshit.
too. I get heated too.
Bullshit half the time.
When I tossed the first interception, I was so pissed I threw 3 more. So.
All right, and we have a few comments that I didn't answer last week last week.
Our hour and a half episode.
Yeah, do you remember when I was like, I thought there was more questions? Yeah, I got them here. Falcon asks, what's it going to take to get Tom or Kluge into Dirt Oval? Nothing. I'm not going into it, so nothing. There's nothing you can. You might be able to talk Kluge into it, but nope. It's not going to happen, my man.
You got to turn left to go right.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
on, dude.
And then J.S. Afonso asks, F1 should add. Well, I guess he didn't really ask a question. He just says they should add safety barriers, like the sand, or like the
Sand trap.
No, I shouldn't say safety barrier. I guess he's right. It's more like the tire barriers that take most of the impact and slow you down before you hit
Instead
the actual
of
barriers.
fucking slamming the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, because at that time, Roman had hit the metal fence. Which is a great idea. They should be implemented everywhere, but I don't think they will be.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's tough.
Well, it's the question: do you have the room now? Since you've already set.
Right, these tracks are already in place. They'd have to tear down a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is doable because they're all rich.
Right. But it would be tough to get them all done before the start of the season.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a good idea for them to do that. I just don't see countries caring. You know?
No, people are going to probably add safety provisions to the driver in the car before they add it to the track.
Exactly. And they've already seen it with the Halo. Like they already do that.
I mean, they will put it on the track if they have to, but they will 100% adjust the car before the track.
Yeah. Every time, no matter what. We saw that with Watkins. It took Watkins like 30 years to update the track. So they had sand traps by turn 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's now a asphalt runoff, which allows them to just go into a regular barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Because the sand would destroy the car. So now that the cars are safer, they're just like, okay, you can do runoffs now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's silly, but it's racing.
Well, it took NHRA forever, too. For the longest time, they used to do half-mile runs.
Mm-hmm.
But they were finding that half-mile runs, I mean, the dragster's a high 3 at a half-mile. So if something goes wrong, something goes wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, people died fucking... There was people that, parachutes didn't deploy and they went through the sand and they fucking, went through the sand.
Yeah.
So they took it down to a quarter. So they obviously have to tune the cars now so they don't just fucking
yeet,
go and take off and fly next to the jet airplanes. So
that's what they pretty much are without wings.
Yeah. But, I mean, it literally took, you had to go through every single NHRA track and take out a section of it.
Yeah.
Because they still need the sand trap at the end of the track in case cars don't deploy chutes.
When they did that, did they necessarily, they could have, I guess, left it at that half-mile length and just
I think they moved the starting line up.
Oh, did they? Okay. I was going to say, because they could have done that or move the finish back or closer to them and just make it a longer runoff before the
probably depending on where they did it.
Yeah.
But it might have been that.
Well, yeah, it would be kind of tough to change the start because everybody, that's where they put the stands. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that might be more. Like I know the 4-lane one is actually new. One of the newest tracks that came out.
Yeah.
So that one was specifically designed to quarter mile when they put it in. So that one is not adjusted at all, but the rest of them that have already been there.
Yeah.
It's a good question. I'm not 100% sure. They actually might have just taken the finish line and moved it. So then it clocks you at that.
Right.
Then you don't have to keep going.
And then
you still have the half. You still have the half mile and the sand trap at the end in case something goes wrong.
Right. You have a whole another quarter to run off.
Yeah.
Reduce speed, and then if worst case scenario, you have another sand trap.
Yeah. I think that probably is better.
Yeah.
I think they did that. I would assume.
Could you imagine hitting a sand trap at 300 some odd miles an hour?
Oh. Imagine doing it on a bike. People have done it on bikes.
Yeah. How about just going at 60 and hitting a sand trap?
And it stops them fucking dead. Like, they're just... Yeah. It's dumb. Dummy.
Wild.
Dummy.
Wild.
What's this episode at since we lost?
I think we're at like 35, 40.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think I have anything else anyway. Do you have anything else?
That's not poggers.
Right.
All right, so I'm actually going to do... Changing up this week, I'm going to do That's Poggers.
Cool.
So, something good that happened. Not something that's bad. So, in this episode of That's Poggers, we went to Raymore and Flanagan today.
Who's we?
Me, my brother, and my girlfriend.
Okay.
And we were Christmas shopping. It's one of my only days off. We got my old man a recliner on Big Lots. He's got it. Life is good. But me and Nick wanted to get my mom a dining room table set.
So you went to Raymore and Flanagan?
Well, we went to their outlet.
I know, but like, why would you go there for a dining set? Or do you mean like a dining room table set?
Dining room
like
table set.
A table.
That's what I said.
Okay. Well, you said dining set.
I said dining set first,
which means
and then I
plates.
adjusted. Yeah, then I adjusted. Dining room table set.
Okay.
Yeah. Rainbow
So
flag.
a table, chairs.
Yes, at the outlet.
Okay.
So we wanted to see if I could get the whole thing, chairs included.
Yeah.
Shit's expensive,
Oh yeah.
especially there.
Yeah.
I swear to God, we walked through and there was this recliner that was attached to a couch that had a fucking surge protector built into the arm of the couch
Yeah.
that you could plug shit into, and I was like, oh my God.
But they have that available for our couch, because our couch is like the Lovesac couch. So
Yeah.
It's the company that makes those big beanbag chairs.
Yeah, that you could have nasty sex on.
Jesus Christ.
I would love to do that.
So and each part of the couch is interchangeable, so you can add things to it. You can add like a cup holder to it if you wanted to, and take off the cover and put on a different color or whatever. It's really cool. But it's like a new thing on all couches that you have the option to add
An outlet.
Yeah. Because people are that obsessed.
Yep.
With charging their phones and stuff.
Yep. Which I give it to him.
Yeah. That's a great way to sell shit.
Caught my eye.
Yeah.
So we get there, and my girlfriend, being the lovely personality that she is, was talking to one of the sales associates there, which this is...
Were you being sarcastic? Like, was she being an ass?
Huh?
Was she being an ass?
No. She actually just talks like she's really outgoing.
Okay.
She's not like I am.
So she asked. Help until I asked for it.
So she asked this dude, like, where would you find these? You know, and like obviously when it's the one in Henrietta. So when you go in there,
that's open still.
Yeah.
Isn't that in the red?
What, by the old Gander Mountain?
Yeah, no, but isn't that red over there? Henrietta.
Oh. Yeah, but you stayed open during.
We're essential. Raymore and Flanagan is not essential.
Well, I don't know. I was thinking just it's a department store. I think all department stores maybe. I don't know. They were open. I don't fucking argue.
Whatever.
So
Just curious.
They might not be open now. If the God King himself is listening to our podcast,
The God King.
he might just close the bitch. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
So
Anyway, the one that's nominated for an Emmy.
I'll vote.
Of course you would.
Anyway, so the ones on the floor, like we're talking thousands, ain't happening. And you know how we are. We're all fat, right? So, chairs with legs, 4 legs, probably not the best because they don't slide very well. on the floor. So we were looking for something that had.
You're looking for like the single bit thing to the base. Is that what you like?
Or the ones that have the two legs that like they're the metal
bent,
ones
like
they curve.
The ones that were at house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you could slide them on the floor.
Yep.
And you don't ruin the leg. Because if you take ones that got 4 legs and you go to slide it, then the 2 front legs fall the fuck off and you faceplant. And they're all like wooden chairs and blah blah blah.
Well,
and it's
that's
like,
what a dining room set is. Dude.
Yes, I know. So we had that going against us. So we're like, maybe we'll just get the table.
Yeah.
Instead of with the chairs, because we just wanted to at least get the new table. So we have the chairs, whatever. We're talking to this dude. He takes us to the outlet section in the back. That's not the official like.
Yeah, sales floor.
Yeah. And now we're talking about shit that's down. Still expensive. There was some shit there was only like 800, and I was like, damn,
most of the
that's
stuff's
pretty
like
nice.
last year's models.
Yeah. So so we found a table and chairs, and I like the chairs.
Okay.
But again, I just don't trust my
legs.
fat fucking family to not bust the legs off the chair.
Why don't you guys just like stand up and push it in, and then sit like a normal human instead of sliding?
Don't ask.
Okay.
It's mostly my father. Because I'm fine. The chair in my room is a 4-leg chair that doesn't have... And it's carpet, so it doesn't slide. So I actually have to get in it and like shimmy it up to the desk. So, I mean, I'm fine. I could do it. It's my father. I don't think he would like the wooden chairs. So we were able to find this one, and it was just table. And it's a thick bitch. This is a thick bitch of a table.
Uh-huh.
It's heavy. It fucking ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
But the salesman, that's the guy that's very poggers.
Okay.
Because he was rocking this phenomenal looking suit with fucking sneakers. This is just the kind of dude that he is.
Yeah.
And I said, I want to take this just the table. Because some of them only have certain options.
Yeah.
So some of them you can only get. One of them you can get like the table and 4 seats or the table and 6 seats. But those are the only 2 options you can get.
Right, you can't just get
this specific one was sell just the table.
Yep.
And he's like, well, I don't like to say just the table because then it makes me sound like a dick. And I was like, what? Did you just say that to me?
Oh, like him saying dick.
Yeah, he said dick, and he's a salesman.
How does that sound like a dick?
He was just being very like...
Oh, because it's like you're only buying just the table.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I get it.
And he was just very like helpful to the point of annoying the whole fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Kept cutting us off when we were trying to talk about like what to do. And like just lingering the whole time.
Well, a salesperson, yeah.
So I was just like, fuck,
Why
this
is
guy's
that?
annoying.
That's not poggers.
No, but what was poggers is he was kind of shooting the shit with us. And I don't remember exactly what the context was, but he started like, I think he called his brother like a fat fuck or something.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, yes, I love this dude. This dude is the best. He's my kind of dude, rocking the nice suit. It's one of those black ones, but it's got like, you could see the lines, like it has that design on it. Yeah. And Adidas fucking sneakers. And I'm like, yes, I love this guy.
Looks terrible.
This guy is 100% poggers. Love it.
So did you get the table?
Yeah, we did.
Is it
getting
getting delivered?
$380.
Getting delivered, or you?
Nick's picking it up tomorrow. It's $380. It's a big boy.
Yeah.
But it could go 7 feet, drop the leaf to 5 feet.
It's got a leaf, yep.
But the cool part is the leaf is built into the table. So you pull the table apart, and then the leaf drops, and then folds out, and then
cool.
you could just push it. So now you don't have an actual like thing you got to take out.
It's just like a little thicker. In the
Yeah. So
That's cool. That's cool.
it's nice because the old table we have's got shit in the middle. This one's just 4 legs, so the middle's open.
Yeah.
And it's really heavy, and it kind of matches a hardwood floor, and it's nice.
Nice.
Not that we necessarily needed a table. I would have liked the table and chairs, but again, I can't find chairs
Yeah.
like the ones we have, and I know, as sure as I'm sitting here, that 4 wooden chairs with a cushion on it would be a fucking problem. I know it would be. Because A, it would either be my mom bitching because they're not comfortable, or my dad bitching because they're not comfortable, or my dad fucking leaning back in it and then pops the back off it. Like, I know they would be.
Could you imagine the back 2 legs just...
Yeah, no, I know. Because I sat in it and I leaned back a little bit and I felt the chair flex. And it's like, he's lighter than I am. And he sits at the dining room table. Yeah, he's 250.
Your dad?
Yeah. He made a joke because he's like, I can actually see my dick again.
He's taller than you, right?
No.
Really? He's skinnier than you now?
Yeah. It was a joke because he said, "Look, dude," he's like, I sat down and I saw my balls. And I was like, well, first of all, I don't need to know that. Second of all, congratulations.
That's what
Anyway,
No.
but no, that was very poggers.
Well, good for you. thanks again for watching, as always. And thanks for starting
Thanks for tuning in to
season 2
listening to
with
me
us.
talk about my dad's dick.
Yeah, that's weird. I hope he never hears this.
He not
Well.
gonna listen to this. I fucking hope not. Jeez.
We have. I think we're racing almost every day this week. We have something going on every day this week.
God, I had a lot of that nut in my throat. Fuck. It's Tom's fault. I told him not to, but he did it anyway.
Hopefully, you guys are there tonight when we play, or we're racing. Eric's racing in a league. He's starting a new league. We got some cool things happening. I don't know. There's not. It's kind of, we're all in limbo, like we had said.
Yeah.
But a lot of races going on for iRacing. A lot of new stuff coming.
We got our
iRacing.
boy.
We got Dylan coming on soon.
Probably not happy to be working with us, but it's okay.
He's a happy-go-lucky man. Thank you to all of our sponsors: GoPro, OGO, Rogue, Falcon. Love you. Big Party Sound,
Firebeat!
Pavilion Machine and Tool.
Hey, you want to know what the new word for the season is?
Was it? Oh yeah. What's the new word?
It's not really a word because squeep wasn't really a word either.
But that's like
It's
the
just
same thing.
sound effect. It's not the same
You
thing.
did the exact same noise. Like squeep was the exact same.
No.
You just said squeep
No.
instead of.
Squeep.
But you did
Squeep.
squeep the exact same noise that
Well,
you
I
just did.
can. It's just I could
Anyway.
squeep.
Anyway. Okay. That's
See,
enough.
it's going down. It's different.
Sorry, everybody. So tune into our Twitch. Twitch.tv/HW Racing. Go check us out. We're live 4 to 5 times a week. Rock on.
I like squeep.
Anyway, I didn't miss anybody, right? I stack up.
Did you talk about
obviously.
Oja?
Yeah. Yes. Briefly. I did all of them briefly.
God
Stack up, as always. Keep rocking out. Keep sending cool things to our veterans and keep donating because they always need our help. They do so much for us. So, thank you all.
I got shit in my throat. It's tough to do.
Okay. Have a
Jesus.
wonderful week. And we'll see you next time. Bye.